weekend.
I saw a video monitor with you interviewing Seth Shostak as well.
And Seth Shostak as well, yeah. He talked about his work at SETI, of course, and we did a separate little conversation that'll be up on the website. I've known Seth for a very long time, and it's always great to see him. Always does a good talk, and, he's an optimist, and I like that. He's pretty convinced that sometime in the next 20 years, there's a better than 50-50 chance we'll hear something significant.
I knew he was I knew he was optimistic about this,
yeah.
But better than 50-50?
Better than 50-50. It's a function of the exponential rate of growth of our detector technology and the sensitivity of the antennas that are listening to potential signals from deep space. The fact that the Kepler telescope has found so many potential Earth-like planets, and the fact that we know that red dwarfs, which are the most common kind of stars in the universe, are very viable as home stars for planets that could potentially support life.
It's a great discovery that there's a habitable zone around these dim little stars.
Exactly, and they're not only dim, which one would think is, that's not necessarily the best environment for life, but they're very long-lived. There are stars in our galaxy that formed just a couple of billion years after the Big Bang, and our sun will continue in its present state for maybe 10 billion years, from start to finish. A red dwarf will live for about 100 billion years, steadily putting out light. So the opportunity for life to evolve on a planet orbiting a red star is probably a lot higher than it is for orbiting a planet orbiting a star like the sun.
And you brought up Kepler,
yes,
which is one of those tools, maybe the best of them, that has done so much to help us fill in those unknowns, those variables in the Drake equation.
Absolutely, and it's hard to believe that it was just 20 years ago, not that long ago, when we knew of no other planets outside of our solar system, and now we know there are thousands, and the latest estimates are that probably 1 out of 5 sun-like stars supports an Earth-like planet. That's amazing.
You have a special affinity for this telescope right over here, this beauty.
Yeah, there is a 10-inch reflector over here that has got a video camera attached to it. It's a 10-inch Takahashi Mulan, which is a Cassegrain-style reflector, a really well-made telescope. I happen to own one, which is great. So when I saw this one tonight, I was like, oh my gosh, that's my telescope. And the gentleman who owns it is pointing it at various objects, and rather than having an eyepiece attached to it, he's got a little video camera, and that little video camera can take exposures of 15, 20, 30 seconds, and you can easily see, even from this relatively light-polluted site here in Big Bear, things like the Sombrero Galaxy, M13, this gorgeous globular cluster in Hercules, and he can project those images on a TV monitor and share it with dozens of people at a time, so it's pretty fabulous.
Have you got a good CD camera for your scopes?
I have a modified Canon 20D, which is an older camera now, but it does great astronomical photographs. The only thing that's different between it and a stock Canon 20D is that the little infrared light blocking filter has been removed, so that the red frequencies can get through to the little sensor in the camera, and it takes great exposures. In 10 seconds from my roof deck in West LA, I got a great picture of the Orion Nebula.